Meet Emily on a dream trip through Europe with her friends. From the majestic Eiffel Tower in Paris to the historic streets of Rome, every moment is magical. But disaster strikes. Emily drops her phone, thinking she's lost all her precious photos and videos. Panic sets in. Then she remembers GotBackup. Every memory is safely stored in the cloud. Emily gets a new phone, logs into GotBackup, and there they are. Every photo, every video, every memory perfectly intact. Thanks to GotBackup, Emily's adventure is truly unforgettable.
I love Emily's adventure.
I love
Good story where you save all your pictures and everything else. And this is exactly what we're representing here, folks. Every single Wednesday night, we are presenting the company's presentation on the YouTube channel. These presentations are recorded. So we want to welcome you to this session. And so let's begin with our story. How do we get started GotBackup, Tammy?
Yeah, so Chris and I have known Joel Terrier for many, many years. And he's the one that contacted us. We were actually in Mexico on vacation. We were, when we arrived back, Chris had a message and he wanted to share this new project with us. And so he owns a company called Global Virtual Opportunities, and that's the parent of the projects that he creates. So when he was telling us about GotBackup, it's interesting because Chris and I were already discussing how we should be part of something that is digital, because that's the way the future is going. So we get that phone call. We had to look at the information, just like you're going to be looking at tonight. And we said, oh my gosh, this is perfect. We got to be part of this. And we've been, less than 3 years in, and we've been building internationally, having a lot of fun. And the product is a simple product to promote, and it's so affordable, especially in today's economy. So we've been doing extremely well. We have many team members that are doing extremely well. And yeah, so we're super excited to be here.
Totally appreciate that, Tammy. And first of all, just let's welcome everybody here. As Tammy was introducing, I was waiting for some folks to show up. And Mary Paul from beautiful Ottawa, Canada, welcome. We have Marvin from Las Vegas. Great to see you here. And I love your comment. You're absolutely correct. It's a great analogy. And let's see here. We have Teria. Great to see you here. And we have Carrie. Great to see you here. Gregory, hope you got your hot chocolate all ready to go. And let's see here. Yeah, so listen, folks, as you're coming in, just share where you're coming in from. And we'd love to hear from you. It's nice to see people coming from all over the world. You're going to see a little later, we're in 164 countries and consistently growing. Now, why did we decide to be part of this venture? Well, Tammy stated here is, it's absolutely true. The digital services is really a big part of our future. So we wanted to add this to our arsenals of businesses. And we absolutely love the idea of GotBackup. And Joel Terrier is a really good friend of ours. We've known him for years. We've seen him grow. So lots of fun here. And again, what we saw here is an opportunity for families to be able to have the possibility of getting involved in an American company that pays you in US dollars. As you know, the currency is absolutely phenomenal. So anywhere around the world, you get US dollars, it's an increase, right? In Canada, it's about something like 36, 37, up to 39%. It varies, right? In different countries, it's more significant. And the fact is the price of entry is so inexpensive, but the potential is absolutely massive. And that's what we want to share with you here. So another thing is we don't really compete here, folks. We have our own category. There is no industry within the home-based business in the cloud storage that will actually pay you a very generous compensation plan. And this is exactly what we want to talk to you about today. So my question here is, why are you here? Because like me, it is time to turn your dreams into reality. Tammy and I have done that. Now, we're always in the pursuit of growing and evolving, that's for sure. But the reason is because we all deserve it here, folks. See, the thing is, we want to live the life that we want to live, not the life that we have to live. And, the media sometimes tends to make you believe that you're stuck with what's going on with the economy. No, you're not. You have you have options. And this is exactly what we're presenting to you, is options. So let's move forward here, Tammy, so we tell the world exactly what this is all about.
Yeah, and we're all about empowering families. I know Joel he's so passionate about helping people. He's always evolving and offering new offers. I know somebody was talking about Memory Place. We'll talk a little bit about that later. And to help people increase their income. So if you have a side business like GotBackup and you earn profits, and if you could take those profits and turn those profits into passive income, then you're living a much better quality of life. And Chris and I learned this so many years ago. We've been in the home-based business industry for 27 plus years now, Chris, and serving and helping people around the world. And we absolutely love what this profession does for people.
I totally agree. And welcome, Siguro, and welcome, Alice. Great to see you from Texas. Great to see everybody here. We have here Michelle from Ohio. Great to see you here. We have Pierre Taff from New York. Great to see you here. Now, folks, the company began in 1997 from Gatineau, Quebec. This is in Canada. And they chose to move into Texas for the reason of support. In other words, the bandwidth. This is like a super highway. You know, when the car is going left and right, and there's so many people living in one area, and then you get into peak hours, and you bumper to bumper. It could be sometime for hours. Well, what's going on is the same thing is happening with the digital data. And if you don't have enough fiber on the ground to support the traffic, then the data becomes slow. That's why sometimes you're online and you try to get a response taking a long time. That could be one of the reasons why. So now they move into an area where companies like Microsoft and companies like Adobe and Google and many others, they use this traffic. And it's a 10,000 square feet data center. So let me share a quick video for you to hear right from the owner's voice on what's going on behind the scene. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect of security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So again, that was the segment here, folks. Is obviously a longer version of this this video, just to give you an idea of the security and what's going on behind the scene. There's so much more here, folks. But back to the presentation here, we want to focus on two major global trends. One is the data storage. It is absolutely massive. And the second one is to earn money online, to be able to earn another stream of income. This is a major, major trend. So let's start with the first one, Tammy.
Yeah, and you can see here, there's almost 15 billion devices in the world today. And what are everybody doing? Everybody's on their devices. They're doing absolutely everything, but they're filling them up. That's the point. We're living in a paperless era, and people need data storage. And that's why we're super excited to talk about GotBackup. And Melissa, this is definitely not a recorded call. It is absolutely live. And welcome, Courtney.
Yeah, great to see you here. So folks, listen, to back up what Tammy was sharing here is these are data. This is actually a form. I went to ChatGPT. I said, could you create a new percentage of global mobile traffic from when it started in 2010 all the way up to 2026? And it basically gave me, obviously, the data that it had is from 2011 to 2025. It went from 6% to 60%. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Now, the size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030 here, folks. Now, if you look into in 2012, $90 billion in revenue. They're predicting in 2030, close to $500 billion. And I think that's a conservative number because it is so much more convenient and even more economical, even more friendly. What do you call it? Friendly environmental friendly. That's what I was trying to say. I was doing it in reverse. So this is really, really what's going on here, folks. At the end of the day, one of the main reason is because of what you see here.
Yeah, actually that chart, when Chris and I saw that chart and I saw 2030 where we were going, that was when the light bulb moment went on for me. And there was many other segments that got me super excited about GotBackup. And you can see everybody is using their devices. You can call it cell phone addiction if you want. I know when I lose my phone in the house or I head out the door and I don't have my device with me, I always go back. Well, obviously if I'm close enough, but this shows how much we are so used to using our devices because we can do everything with it. We tap to make our purchases. We do all kinds of stuff, and you guys know what we're talking about.
Absolutely. And the downside of this, folks, is it's interesting that 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones or lost their data. Think about it. Think of a moment, a precious moment. Example, your daughter's wedding and you recorded something she told you and it's only on your phone, but your phone was never backed up. And you, God forbid, you lost your phone or your phone was misplaced or someone stole it and the data is gone with it. How would you feel? That's why this insurance policy of backing up your data is so important. 5,700 screens cracked every hour, laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. We never feel the pain until it's too late. The fact is, it is so inexpensive. We'll show you it's absolutely no brainer. And I totally agree with Jono is that the pro package is amazing. We'll talk about it. It includes everything and so much more. Let's go back to the presentation, Tammy.
I just want to share something. I was talking to a gentleman. He said, I don't need that. He says, I got an external drive. And I was telling him the story about what happened to my external drive back last year, and so of course they decide to be partners. So here you can see, everybody gets these messages. That's the bottom line. And you have two choices. You either have to pay more, which is what most people do, or you take the time and start going through your stuff and getting rid of stuff, which is absolutely time consuming. And often people don't want to get rid of precious moments or important documents and stuff like that. So we have a solution with GotBackup. I'm super excited to share that part with you in a bit.
Absolutely. And keep in mind here, folks, this is a presentation. It is not customer service. You need to leave customer service for any of the question that you may have. Now, folks, the second trend here is global trend number 2. It's, look at this here. 42% of Americans have side businesses. Why is that? Well, look around here, folks. People are looking for different stream of incomes. 62% of Gen Z, these are our children. My generation, Tammy and I generation, our kids are grown adults now, and they have businesses. For example, my daughter is in France at the moment, living there for 1 year, and she has like what we call a visa to be able to work there. But while she's there looking for work, she still have a business where she does online, right? So this is so powerful. What about the rest of the world here, folks? This is what we're doing here. This is exactly what's happening. And you can leverage these global trends with GotBackup. I don't understand why someone would want to stop this. Why would you want to stop something that is so inexpensive, that create a residual income that will never stop as long as you obviously participate? So, Tammy, let's explain a little bit of what does the inline consumer receive as an inline product?
Yeah. So the next slide, I'm going to share the basic session, but here is all about the pro. And I heard somebody, I think it was John, you mentioned a pro member. I know a lot of people have upgraded to pro. I know we did when we saw the value here. Anybody who wants to build a business that need tools to help them build a business, and that these tools can also allow you to generate leads, which a lot of people are always saying, I don't have enough people to introduce this to. Well, here's a huge opportunity. So Chris is going to share a little bit about the value of this as we go on, but I'm going to share the basic plan, because this one is really the reason why we got started. The Pro was just introduced late last year. So 6 terabytes of data storage on your, as soon as you join up, you get 6 terabytes. You can add 5 additional members to that account. They call them sub accounts. Each one of those have their own password and their own login, and you can decide how much data you want to share with that person, and unlimited devices. So when I saw that, immediately I said, oh my gosh, all families need this. And for $10 a month, it's amazing value. I know we were paying for 2 terabytes, we were paying $10. So now we get 6 terabytes for $10. So it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. And what we're sharing here, that slide is just to represent the market value of these tools. These are third-party tools that are part of the Pro package. That's why there's some folks here that say you should really sign up for the Pro. I totally agree with that, where I'll show you at the end, if you stick around, exactly how this looked like. VTuber, it's like your own YouTube channel. Testimonial generator, folks, especially today for social credibility, you need testimonials to share with the world that what you share, what you're talking about, what you do is legit and it's real and it works. That's why Testimony Generator is so amazing. Memory Place, you know that Joel is launching the Memory Place as a standalone. There's a lot of people out there that don't know about GotBackup. They don't know about GotBackup Pro, but they have, let's say, an agency, camera agency, photo agency, and that is a perfect tool. And there's a lot of people that can make use of something like this. Email marketing platform, folks, your list is your lifeline. And it's important to be able to communicate with your list on a regular basis, because after 3 months, if you don't talk to that list, it's become spamming when you send people. So you send people information. So it is very important to have a system like this to stay in touch with your clients and your prospects. Funnel page builder, phenomenal. You'll find at the end that we have some some page that are done for you. You just send these links. It collects their name and emails. What if you want to change the language? What if you want to have your own videos? What if you want to have a different list of email that responds to their requests based on a different language or whatever? You can do all of that with the funnel page builder. And I've done it myself and it works amazing. So folks, what's really exciting here is each of those tools independently coming with what we call capture pages. It's a fancy way of saying a website that's done for you. You just promote it in your social media anywhere, and people, when they see the information, they like what they see, they put their name, their email, then you can stay in touch with them. Absolutely amazing. Now, I'm going to shift gear here, folks, because I stated here, this is the only home business in a cloud storage world that will actually pay you. So making money with GotBackup is absolutely awesome. And just to show you that this is really working, we have here the blue diamonds, triple diamonds, double diamonds, and from different parts of the world, as you can see here. We have here a whole bunch of diamonds around the world. And we have here rubies, which is right before diamonds. Absolutely amazing. These guys just have reached out. And I know there's some that are coming up, that are coming about. I know we have a new emerald from Ghana, I believe, that was posted today. So this is evolving, folks. You see, that is exciting. We have here sapphire. You'll see sapphire is a very important rank. Why? Because you start getting matching cycles. And I'll tell you about that a little bit later. Very, very exciting.
And so there's many more. Not just what you're seeing on the slides. There's so many more people that are hitting these ranks.
That's an understatement. There is a lot more here, folks. Mm-hmm. So there's 7 ways to earn with GotBackup. We're just going to cover the first 3. So tell me, let's cover the first one so people can understand the benefits, what we have to offer.
Yeah, for sure. So you can see, as I mentioned earlier, the family plan. So if you are a member of GotBackup and you share your link with somebody, and they decide they want to join and they want to do monthly, then you're going to get 200% upfront. And that's the company's way of saying thank you for introducing so-and-so to the business. And if they decide to go yearly, you're going to get 50% upfront. So you can see for the monthly, it's $20, and for the yearly, it's $50. Well, just short of that. I'm rounding it off. And then you get 25% ongoing for different packages that come to play, and marketing stuff. And then you can see the pro plan, which is very new and super exciting because everybody wants to grow their business faster. And so if you signed up somebody who just signs in as a pro member, you're going to get $200. And you can see that the second sponsor, third, what that means is the person who introduced you and then the person who introduces them, they get each $50. And the reason they do that is because when you first start, you don't know what you're doing. So you need to be guided. You need to be supported along the journey. So they really help with that as well. And then it really encourages support. And then you can see 25% ongoing, and that's for customers. So I'm just going to kind of break it down really, really, really simple. Okay, so family plan, if you had 20 people that decide to come in yearly, you're going to make $1,000 in commissions. And if you had 20 people that just want to be customers, they just want to use the product, then you're going to make $50 ongoing. Okay. And then for the pro plan, if you had 20 times 200, you're going to make $4,000 in commission. And I'm telling you, many people are going pro because they're seeing the huge value in here. And then if you had 20 customers that just want to use all the services, all the products, then you're going to make $100 ongoing. So it's very, very simple.
Yes. And to answer your question, Melissa, who owns the data? The data is literally just like you would deal with Microsoft, right? OneDrive, or if you're dealing with Dropbox, or if it's exactly the same. Your data is private to you. The company has no access to your data unless you give them access for something that you need to fix or something. But other than that, there's absolutely no access to it because they need your password, and that's yours only. And the other thing when it comes to, and this is another great question here for nonprofit, you can enroll a company that's a nonprofit. So they would get involved. They could use the service, and all the money they earn could be used for the nonprofit organization. That happens A lot, by the way. That happens a lot. So it's just and first of all, nonprofit needs to store their data because obviously they need to stay in touch. And with the pro package, then you have your email marketing to communicate with all of your clients and so forth. So again, food for thought. Now, let's focus here on the comp plan here. So the number 2 is what we call cycle earning. Folks, this is where it becomes very interesting because you have 2 teams. If you have 3 people to introduce, well, think about it. One will go on the left, one will go on the right. Where did the third one go? Well, either on the right or on the left. So it has to go underneath someone. That's why you see indirect referral. These are people that are in the same situation that are sponsoring building their team. Now, let's talk about how do you benefit from that? Well, see, you earn cycles on tier 1 and tier 2. And tier 2 is when you become a Sapphire and above. And I'll show you in a minute what that means. You just basically make more money with the exact same team with the same volume because you're level 2 instead of level 1. Okay, that's what tier 1, tier 2. How do you qualify? Number 1 is you need to be active. Just like you're active for any of your services. I'm sure everybody's familiar with Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus, or Apple TV, whatever. They each have a fee, a small fee, to have access to their programs. Well, this is a small fee where you have access to your data. It's as simple as that. Number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people. So they're going to say, hey, we're going to pay you, but let's pay it forward. Let's bring 2 people, one person on the left, one person on your right. Bare minimum. You've done that. Now you've opened the qualification for you to start earning. Step number 3 is to earn cycle. The system needs to see 6 people in a ratio of 4-2. That means there's 4 on one side, 2 on the other side, which is combined from the 2 you brought in, might have brought some. You might have brought all 6. Or it could be combined with spillover from someone above you that share the same leg. You understand? The moment this happens, boom, that's one cycle. How much is the cycle? Well, it's based on the company's profitability. It's also based on your rank. And we'll expand on that a little bit later. Now, this one is really cool. That's number 3. This is cycle match bonus. Every time you bring someone in, think of the example of Tammy where you bring 20 people. Well, these 20 people, whenever they earn a cycle, you earn a percentage of 25% when you're at the level of Sapphire and above. Up to $1,000. What does that mean? If your team is doing really well and are producing so much, then let's say it brings 2,000, you can't make more than 1,000 unless you move up to an emerald. And you don't have to worry about the how-tos. We got your back. We got some trainings. We got everything for you to see everything. So not to worry. For now, let's just understand the ladder and the potential for you here. So this can go up to $20,000 as your team grows. As you see, the ranks can go all the way up to Black Diamond. Folks, that is exciting. Okay, now let's move forward here. There are 4 other bonuses that will also start paying you based on your levels. When you become a gold associate from here, then what's happening is you start earning other bonuses we call generation bonus. Dynamic compression, that starts kicking in with an emerald and above, and then rank bonus pool and leadership pool. Folks, these are all bonuses that you will benefit as you rank up. Tammy, let's explain to people exactly what is the work for them to start benefiting from all that.
Yeah. And just to share with all of you, one thing that Chris and I learned growing in the home-based industry for 27 years is the simpler you make it, the faster you grow, because everybody is busy. But if they can do simple steps and they can teach you simple steps, then the organization goes into momentum. So the simple steps with GotBackup, obviously sign up and register 2 people. So sending out your links, the links are available. Chris is going to show you at the end. And then you sign up your first 2. So Chris showed you left and right. We've got a 2-team structure. And then you go and do that again. That's number 3. Go get a couple more, 1 left, 1 right. And then you duplicate that. And then you do the same thing with the organization. And I highly recommend to keep bringing people in because there's always room to grow.
That's an understatement. Now, how do we get started, folks? It is $20 a year. $20 a year to be part of a business that can drive a serious income based on your involvement and participation building your business. The pro package, it's $500. It's $499.97 for the year. The year after that, you just renew. You don't pay that amount. It's half of that. it's $199.97 for the year. It's as
That's-
simple as that, or $20 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. Where if you want to start just with the cloud storage, which is what we talked about, Tammy explained it about earlier, it's $100 a year or $10 a month, $997 to be more specific. Okay. And of course, there's the enterprise version for companies that has, but when you look at the GotBackup Pro package, that is the best value by far. Absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. How many countries are we in, Tammy?
Yeah, so you can see Chris mentioned earlier at the beginning 164. Because it's a digital service, you can be anywhere. And I absolutely love that because Chris and I have always dealt with physical products, and we've never been in that many countries. And this is super exciting for people who want to build a business online or have a lot of connections. Maybe you don't have the connections, but somebody you know who knows somebody who knows somebody. Next thing you know, a country's being open underneath you. And this happens all the time. Okay, so there's nothing greater than making money while you sleep. If you like to make money while you're sleeping, just put a 1 in the chat.
And you know, folks, there is no boundaries. This is why we're so attractive. It's so attractive as a business. There is no boundaries. The price point is so inexpensive, and the potential income. Well, think of Dropbox, who have 700 million users. Even if only 20 to 35 to 40% are active, do you understand the potential and income? They don't give you a dime. They may give you a bit of free space for a period of time, but GotBackup will actually pay you up to 75% of what the profit revenue they create. Now, let's focus on their achievements, because babies cry for it, folks, and adults die for it. We understand that. So here's the ladder of success for you to really take advantage of this compensation plan. As a bronze, you sponsor one person, you recognize, and I'll show you where it's represented in your back office. As a copper, there's two. You sponsor two people, one on your left team, one on your right team. It is as simple as that. The key is exactly what Tammy talked about on the 4 steps, is to become copper by sponsoring one on the left, one on the right. Once you've done that and you teach that to someone else, you become a silver. One person has done that, you become a silver. You become a gold when you have 5 people you sponsored into your GotBackup business, and 3 out of those are coppers. That means you brought 2 each. Do you understand, folks? It's not that hard. Now, there's other little qualification, but they tend to be met by default by doing these things. Mm-hmm. As a platinum, folks, now this is where it becomes very attractive, because as a platinum, you have four copper, but the difference, you brought in 10 people. But these 10 people will qualify you for sapphire and emerald. Now, there's other qualification to meet those, but this qualification of the 10 people will qualify for platinum, sapphire, and emerald. Once you've done that, and as a sapphire, there's now 5 people instead of 4. There's 5 people that are copper. Do you understand? That's just one person who brought one on the left, one on the right. They just started working their business. Boom, you're a sapphire. So as a platinum, you start earning tier 2 in your cycles. You're earning more money with the exact same team. As a sapphire, now you start earning more money by earning a percentage of 25% from the cycles that they all earn. Do you see how amazing that is? You can have 100 people. Someone's bought in a whole lot more than that. And as you move up to an emerald, then you start getting more and more of the compensation. It's like a flower that blooms, and it opens up to you with all the benefits of the compensation plan all the way up to black diamond, as you saw the potential earlier on. So, Tammy, let's talk about the support as we end.
Yeah, so you can see you have a personal referral link. You've got a personalized landing page. You've got an email marketing system. And there's videos that show you how to use everything. You've got marketing tools, and they're always growing, expanding on those. You have regular online presentations, company-driven, and there's team-driven presentations that are going on in different languages around the world. You've got team trainings that are going on with the company every single Saturday. Chris and I do those trainings unless Joel has something new that he wants to promote. Or we happen to be on a vacation or something, and he'll take over the session. So there's team sessions going on as well in different languages and trainings. And yeah, there's nothing missing other than just sign up and plug yourself in, and you'll learn in the process.
So folks, listen, in conclusion here, it's a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford. This is the kind of opportunity where you can pay it forward. Some of you here that are talking about nonprofit, this is perfect because nonprofit, I'm sure, have expenses, and this is so little, and the income potential could be massive to be able to give back to your community. And just to give you an idea of how this works on the background, let us show you how this works here. This is your back office. This is your rank over here. And from there, you have all your digital tools over here. You see GotBackup, testimony generator, memory place, the order. That's the email marketing system. This is the VTuber, right? Like the YouTube, the YouTube channel. And this lead capture here, this is what you need to click on to interact with all the leads that are coming from the pages that are offered, that are presented here. Give you an example. If I use the GotBackup, here's the page right here. These are all the page offered. They're done for you. This one here, someone who wants to start right away. These are great on the right here for the ad campaigns on Google. This here, these two here, this is product and business. This is just product. This is great for someone that's just want to try it for 7 days. They want to start backing up their stuff, putting the system to the test before they put one dime. Awesome. These two over here are great, especially the one on the left side here. It's good for someone that may be skeptical with the network marketing model. They need a bit more TLC, a bit more understanding. This could really help because it's a mini back office. Once you create an account with that, it's completely free to educate your prospect. And this one over here, it's more of a business model for people to really get started, have an understanding of the opportunity. And from there, they're going to be receiving emails the moment you put their name and email here. Absolutely awesome. Moving forward here, what's really, really cool is if you go to You Got Backup, use this tool. If you're brand new, the very first thing you want to do is download the software. Get the product to work for you. So this is for Windows or PC. These are for computers, not mobile, but computers. You install that. You just click backup. That's it. You're done. The system starts backing up everything on the cloud. On the right-hand side over here, these are your mobile devices. Now, you don't need to log in here for that. You can go right into your Google Play Store or your App Store. Just search for GotBackup. Even if you're not a member, you can search for it. You can download the app. Obviously, to be able to access the app, you need your login credential, which you do get when you sign up, which just like this, like you sign up over here, you have access to your back office. Well, the moment you do that, your phone will start backing up all their pictures and all of their videos, not the phone data and everything else. You need to deal with your provider with this one. But when it comes to all the heavy lifting, which is the important material, your videos and your pictures, they're all going to be on the cloud on chronological order. And really cool, you can add more space if you need here. And if you click on auto login, it will take you right here. This is my cloud. These are my 3 computers that are backed up. If I go on show files, it's going to show my computer. So if I go to user, that's me over here. This is my root directory, and every single files in my computer is here. It's as simple as that. Okay. If I want to go and check my mobile devices, well, here it is. This is my iPhone. Okay. So 2025, we just finished the year. Some of you have been following our presentation since last year, even since 2023 and so forth. So you can see here, January all the way up to December is here. If I go back to 2026, we have 1 month. So that's my month. So it keeps track with what I do on a regular basis. And something that's even more amazing is you can actually access, for example, you can drag some of the files that are in your computer back into the Collaborate and Share. The Collaborate and Share, this is where I can take this, I can get a link, and I can share this link with the world, and everybody would have access to everything that's inside this directory. And it goes even above and beyond that. There's so much more that you can do here. And is there anything else I want to cover here? I think we've covered everything else. So this is really awesome. You got your business models here. You got your custom funnel builder we talked about earlier. So folks, at the end of the day, we have a business model that can really help you create another stream of income. And some of you, like Tammy and I, are making a living out of these businesses. So we're grateful for GotBackup, and we're grateful for the business model, and we use the service all the time. So as we end, Tammy, any last words?
Yeah. So if you're evaluating it for the first time, just jump on board and learn in the process. That's exactly what Chris and I did. We had no idea what we were doing. Chris was a little bit more techie. I wasn't, but you learn. The videos are super simple to understand, and once you're all set up, you just got that sense of security, really, and not worrying about your stuff, and it's always automatically backing up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Surgo, I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly here. Asking about the memory place here. If you are a GotBackup user, just upgrade to the Pro. Just go to the customer service, say, I'd like to be part of the Pro package. And instead of $10 a month, it's $19.97 a month, or you're paying for the year. Now, from that point on, you have access to memory place. There are some people, they just want to have access to memory place. And if you pay attention to the emails that have been coming out from Joel, just click on the links and you'll be able to access there. We're not the company, so we don't know the details, but I know that the emails are coming out, and I believe that it's at midnight or something. I'm not sure, but as of tomorrow, everybody will have access to this. But I don't recommend you just sign up for memory place. Just upgrade to your Pro package, and boom, you'll have access to memory place and everything else that we have to offer. We got backup. Okay. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening, folks. Thank you so much for your feedback, participation. Really, really appreciate you, folks. And if you need any customer service, just call the support. They are fantastic. It will honor whatever it is that they committed to you when you signed up. You want to stop, you can. If you want to continue, you can. If you want to upgrade, you can. Everything is there. Have a great evening, folks. And thank you so much for attending. And we'll see you on next Wednesday. Now, Friday morning, for those of you that wants to have another presentation, Tammy and I present every single Fridays on our own YouTube channels. And if you're part of our team or part of our Telegram group, or feel free to join us. You don't need to be part of our team, because everything we do is always very generic. Have a great evening, folks, and bye for now.
Have a great night.